If you don't work for the US government, you've likely never seen the inside of one of its nuclear facilities. Because these nuclear weapons are stored in some of the most protected facilities on Earth. So guarded that without proper authorization, you cannot get even remotely close to them. But sometimes, these weapons are required to be moved. Just because some of the components of these weapons degrade over time, they have to be regularly tested and maintained, which requires moving them to different facilities that are sometimes thousands of miles apart to perform these tests. This is much of an incredible security challenge, so much that the US government has created an entire agency tasked with this very important task. Meaning that a weapon with the power to destroy an entire city is now rolling along regular roads, transported along the very same roads we all use every day. This is how the US government transports nuclear weapon. The Office of Secure Transportation is tasked with the movement of this delicate weapon, and it is constantly shuttling these weapons across the country, which means you might have come within spitting distance of a nuclear warhead without even realizing it. Here we witness a convoy, typically employed for the transportation of nuclear materials. The exact setup varies depending on the route and the level of sensitivity of the materials being transported. It's a common practice, particularly in urban areas, for the convoy to be escorted by local police cars both at the front and rear. This not only provides security, but also ensures seamless passage through densely populated areas without any interruptions. As previously stated, these police vehicles are frequently optional and are not always part of the convoy. But what makes up the true convoy is what follows the police. Numerous armored cars known as Bearcats. And with their bulletproof design, these Bearcats protect agents and help them react to possible threats, while making sure they are just as secure as the package they are guarding. This literally implies ensuring the safety of the agents in the armored vehicle, even in the most dire circumstances. All of this, however, is only if a deadly attack occurs, where it becomes necessary to safeguard the nuclear payload by force. The agents in these vehicles are preoccupied with safety measures to ensure that a situation like this never arises during a typical drive. There are several gun holes all throughout the car, allowing the agents to shoot without having to get out of the vehicle. Armed with assault weapons, shotguns, and handguns, the federal agents inside have enough firepower to put an end to any possible threat. Additionally, a formidable machine gun with protective plate may occasionally be installed at the top of a Bearcat to add even greater firepower. These vehicles double as rolling communication hubs, equipped with audio devices facilitating 3 levels of communication. Firstly, they can communicate internally, allowing for swift coordination in case of unexpected incidents. Secondly, agents regularly check in with other supporting forces in the area. Safety regulations mandate that a nuclear convoy must be accompanied by at least 7 armed vehicles, but only 5 armored vehicles are visible in this convoy. And this is because the other 2 vehicles are strategically positioned in remote monitoring locations, like a few miles ahead, to maintain vigilance. The commander, who will be seated in one of the accompanying cars, contacts these remote agents every 30 minutes, so as to receive updates on potential threats along the route. This separation ensures that communication systems cannot be disabled all at once. If anything were to happen to the 5 vehicles within the convoy, the other 2 positioned remotely would still be able to radio for assistance. This backup vehicles add an extra layer of security, ensuring that communication remains intact even in the face of adversity. Additionally, there is a 3rd channel of communication where agents communicate with the Transportation and Emergency Control Center located in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on a continuous basis. This facility acts as the central point of coordination for all U.S. nuclear transportation. Employees at the control center keep an eye on every truck carrying hazardous material across the country, and they can quickly alert local law enforcement to a potential attack. This guarantees that in the event that nuclear materials are transported, all possible dangers will be addressed thoroughly and in a coordinated manner. The centerpiece of the convoy, the safeguard transporter, a fully customized nuclear truck meant to carry nuclear bombs, is positioned in the midst of all these automobiles. Because the truck's hull is composed of a durable metal, most traditional tools are useless. No amount of sawing or cutting will be able to penetrate the hull, and no accident will be strong enough to split the shell and release any potentially hazardous materials onto the highway or into the surrounding countryside. Since the hull is made to be completely flame-resistant and able to withstand flames for hours at a time, even fire won't do much good either. The security design for this transport actually benefits from the weight, as it keeps the vehicle anchored to the road and necessitates a great deal of force to tip it over. Additionally, tiny bombs are connected to the axle bar under the truck in case the convoy finds itself in a major emergency. These explosives shatter the axle when they detonate, bringing the car to a complete stop and rendering it essentially immobile. If someone attempted to remove the trailer, they would be left dragging a big, heavy piece of metal across the road without any way to support their wheels. Outside of the specified high-security zones, where the U.S. military possesses the electronic keys that unlock the doors, it is not feasible to enter the cargo hold through the doors. However, in the unlikely event that someone managed to breach the transporter's cargo hold, it is equipped with an automatic mechanism that shoots dense foam at any trespassers. They would be essentially stuck to the ground, and their movement would be severely hindered. Should the foam prove insufficient, a powerful electric shock can be sent towards the hold in order to incapacitate any lingering attackers. When combined, these security precautions provide an almost impenetrable barrier against the risk that nuclear weapons, one of humanity's most destructive inventions, could end up in the wrong hands. Moreover, it is noteworthy that 2 U.S. military helicopters are continuously monitoring the convoy from the air, providing a thorough aerial view of the operation. It is astounding to learn that in all of its existence, the National Nuclear Security Administration has never misplaced a weapon on its way to its intended location. It's understandable why this record is still spotless, considering the stringent security measures in place. The U.S. government has insisted that nuclear materials are being moved across the American landscape in the safest possible way, persisting through crashes, fires, and even the most difficult possible challenge. Yet public fears endure about whether moving such materials can ever truly be safe. These are all the measures implemented to guarantee the secure and safe transportation of nuclear materials. I plan to produce other animated videos on a variety of topics. Please like and subscribe if you would want to see more of these. Thank you, and I hope to see you return to the channel very soon. Bye for now.